Welcome back to my channel. What I'm going to be doing now is attempting to recreate the radio back for the Maguire radio. I'm going to be using Photoshop and my scanner to actually import the radio back itself. It's nice and flat, so easy to scan. I'll be using Photoshop not only to scan it, but also to clean it up to make the image a little clearer. I will save it, and then I'll show you how I can import it into Cricut, which is a craft making machine that my wife has, and I decided to try and use the tool to be able to do radios, and I'll kind of show you the whole process of how I do that. So first I'm going to import from my scanner the radio back. I'm going to do it black and white because I only really want a shadow of a picture. I don't need any kind of colors for what I'm attempting to do, and we can see that later. Okay, there it is. I'm actually going to just make it what I really want. I don't need the whole picture, so I'll edit. I'll copy it. I'll create a new image from the clipboard. And I'm going to be increasing the size to show you what I do. So you can see this is the way the whole image looks. It's nice, but you can see because of the image itself, there may be some problems with the curves and things, and I'm going to clean that up. So first I'm going to make sure I'm using the black, the darkest one right here. I am going to clone the image using the clone stamp. And I want to get rid of where the holes were, because I actually prefer to either drill or punch my own holes. This one looks okay, but I'm going to clean it up anyway. Let me clean that up too. Good. So that's the first part. Then I want to go in and clean up some of these dark spots. Actually, it's not too bad here. I don't really have many dark spots. But let's look at what we have here. You can see it doesn't look perfectly rounded. So I'm going to change the color so it's white. I'm going to choose the shapes. I want a circle shape. I'm actually just going to make it white. That should make a nice rounded corner, which you see it did. Now I'm going to change the shape to a rectangle, but I'm going to change the color. No, I'll leave it as white. Sorry, change the color back here. And now, what this is going to do is make a nice even line at the top. And I'll be doing that all throughout. Let me finish this one, then I'll pause it, and you can see what I mean. There's that, and I have one more in the bottom to do. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. I know what I'm doing wrong. I want this to be, I should actually finish the circles first and then go back and do the other ones. And there you can see this one looks pretty much 100% good. I'll probably do the same things here on the side. Make them black instead. And this is just to kind of get it even. Okay, that didn't feel right, but I will take that offline. And the whole point here is I will be cleaning up this whole thing and saving it. So let me clean it up offline and I'll show you the finished product before I clean up the image. Pretty much as good as I'm going to get it for now. I can probably spend hours and hours doing it. And just to note, there are places on the internet that sell reproduction radio backs anywhere from $20 to $30. It's probably cheaper to get really good ones, I guess. But as Maguire radio is not a common brand, they would not sell these. Plus, I get to be a bit cheap and like to do things myself anyway. So it's complete. I'm going to save it now. And I'm going to save it. This is a bitmap it's defaulting to, and it's perfectly fine for what I need. Save it to my desktop. And it's been completed. Now I'm going to be going into the new tool, and I'll show you how we can import this and create a. I have opened up the Cricut design space, and I'm going to start a new project. You can see here I've been fooling around with other projects as well. I make my speaker covers here as well, so I don't put holes through them. I've done a radiola box. I've done a Philco 46250. I've actually also, this kind of looks this weird shape. It's a radio tube box. So I cut it out and I put fold scores in it, and I can make my own radio tube boxes as well. Probably not the cheapest thing to do. I can probably buy them cheaper, but I just wanted to play around with the tool. So I'll open up the new project. And I want to upload an image. I'll look for the image itself. I just saved it, if you recall, at the desktop. I thought I called it Maguire, but I guess I didn't. I'm not sure then, but we'll open this one. Okay, I have a choice to make simple, moderately complex, or complex. I'm just going to make it simple. And I'm going to shrink it up a bit so I can. So what I want to do now is I just want to be able to cut this out. So I have to identify the areas that are not going to be used. So I click on this select, and it does a pretty good job of going in and selecting the areas you don't need. I don't have to do much. And it looks like we have them all. I'll hit continue. I want to save what they call a cut image. This is a print and cut. I'm not printing, I'm just cutting it. So I'll highlight this. I'll call it Maguire radio back. And I'll tag it just in case I want to access later. And I want to insert the image. You can see right now it's huge. So I don't need it to be that big. I've actually measured what it should be. So up here I'm going to go, the width should be 5 3/8, which is 5.375, and it automatically adjusts to keep it in ratio, but I know what the exact thing is. It's actually 10 inches exactly. Okay. And now I'm going to take this whole thing, I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to attempt to cut it. Now, before I cut it on the actual press wood that would used, I want to cut it on paper first to make sure it looks good. So I'm going to click on Make It. It tells you the different backs to do on this. The material right now is 12 by 12, which is fine. I'll hit Continue. It's connecting to the machine. I'm just going to use regular light cardstock. It tells me what blades to load in. Pressure's default. If you need to be higher, nothing required in here. Load fine, load matte. So this is actually all set to go. Okay, we're about 5 to 6 hours into the process. I let it finish. It's been sitting overnight only because it was late. And now I'm going to remove the tape and we'll see how it came out. I needed to use a different tape for this because this one is really sticky. But I'll just do it this way. The process I mentioned earlier, it was going to run for a number of hours. and it was supposed to do 24 cuts. I stopped it at about 13. It looks like I probably could have let it gone a little more because it's not coming out as easy as I would hope it would have, but it's still going to work. Okay, we'll punch these things out here. Couple more to go. Yeah, could have used another 1 or 2 passes, but it's fine for what it is. Need to clean it up a little on that one, but I can do it off camera. Okay, now here's the real test. And there you go. Perfect fit. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.